to use a 15-cent NFC tag to automate your smart home and more. Part 1.
So my last video on these little NFC tags kind of blew up. So I'm going to show you guys how to set them up and how they work. We're going to be doing one of the examples from the video, which is when you tap your phone to one of these albums, it's going to play on my living room speaker. Super simple, but the idea here is to get you a better baseline understanding for when we dive into more complex stuff. You guys had so many comments, so many questions the other video. I really appreciate all the support and engagement on those. I'm loving making these videos. I'm loving that you guys are loving the stupid nerdy stuff that I like. But let's get into it. All right, so a few housekeeping items before we get into it here. Before you watch this video, if you haven't yet, go watch my other video on the NFC tags. So it'll just add a lot more context so you understand what's going on here. Secondly, I'm gonna start including links to all the products in my bio, so there's not like 400 of you asking every single time. Basically, just gonna include all the products I'm talking about as well as some other smart home stuff in there. You'll see the NFC tags right at the top. All right, let's automate some music. All right, so we're going to be doing this on iPhone. I'll try to find an Android phone and do a tutorial there, but for now, this is just iPhone. We're going to be using a native Apple app called Siri Shortcuts. Basically what it is, it's an automation app that lets you automate things on your phone, and it transitions really well in a smart home. It's basically like if this, then that, if you're familiar with it. So we're going to click through there. You should already have it on your phone or download in the App Store. It's going to bring up this. These are all shortcuts and automations I already have, so ignore these. You won't see this. We want to go to automations at the bottom right here. Then from automations, we want to click the top right plus to make a new one and create a personal automation. This will bring up a bunch of triggers that we could use to trigger this automation, and we're going to start with the NFC tag one, but I encourage you to poke around and look at all of these. So select NFC, and then basically what this is going to let us do is scan an NFC tag that we want to use to trigger this music. So we're going to click scan, and then we're going to tap our phone against the tag now to scan it, and then we're going to name the tag. I'm going to name it Sigh No More, which is the album we're going to be playing when we tap this, but this is irrelevant. This is just for organization purposes. Tap that, and then tap the top right. Now we have to define what we want to happen when we tap that tag. So what we're going to do is click add action, and that's going to start defining all the things that happen when we tap that tag. You'll see there's a whole bunch of stuff we can do here. What we're going to do first for our automation is tell it to play the music on my HomePod in the living room. If you don't do this step, it'll just play on your phone, which is totally fine. What we're going to do is search set playback destination, and we're going to set it to the living room. If you don't do this, like I said, it'll play on your phone, or you could set it somewhere else, but I want this in the living room. Next thing we're going to do is set the volume. My HomePod volume is all over the place, but when I'm playing an album, I wanted a nice mellow 50%. So set the playback to the living room, set the volume to 50%. Now we're going to set it to play the album. So we're going to go to music, we're going to search play pause music, and what we're going to do is we're going to play Sigh No More by the Mumford & Sons. Then what you're going to do is click the plus at the top right here that's going to show up to add the whole album. I'm going to shuffle the album here. Super controversial, I know. Only doing this because I listen to these albums all the time. Trust me, I know, it's horrendous. Then it clicks top right, then we're done. All we have to do is turn off ask before running here. So every time you tap it, you don't have to confirm on your phone. And that's it. All right, so now that we've done all that on the phone, I've got the album art here. Inside, I have an NFC tag placed on it. You can see it just hidden in there. And then basically all we're gonna do is tap our phone onto this tag, and then hopefully we get music playing out of the HomePod. Just give it a second. There you go. Now I'm gonna pause this so I don't get copyright strike or anything. I don't even know it's a thing on TikTok, but it's that simple, and you can do this for all your albums. You can put them in other places in the house. You can queue up playlists. You can shuffle things. Like I said, I just put them on the album arts because I think it's cool, but you can really put these tags anywhere and have them trigger anything. And that's a really simple NFC automation. I know it was nothing fancy, but hopefully it gave you enough of a baseline and understanding on the basics of how all this works. I know TikTok's kind of a weird platform to do these type of tutorials on. I will start up a YouTube channel soon, but hopefully it was enough to kind of give you an idea as we dig into the more complex stuff with these automations. If you guys have any questions at all or want me to go into something a little bit more, slow down at any certain points, let me know. Otherwise, look out for the next one.